So I hope you've given it a try on your own, and now let's solve this exercise together. So what we have to do first of all is to initialize an array of digits, and we already know how we can do it, right? We first of all specify the type of the array, which in this case is just int. Then we specify the name of the array. Let's use ARR, for example, something default. Then we have these square brackets, and now in the curly brackets we can initialize all the values that this array is going to have. So we can use 1, 4, 0, 2, 9, right? 9 and 4 and 5. If I'm not mistaken here, that was our example. Let's say that this is my phone number. Of course, the digits here are going to be different for any of you guys because you are probably having different phone numbers than I do. So now what we are going to do is we are going to create an integer I and an integer max. I'll explain why right away. We are going to say that the maximum value in this array is going to reside in the first element, right? This is just an assumption I'm doing for the usage of the loop that is about to come. So we will assume that the maximum is located under ARR at the index of 0, at the first place, the first element. So we are just making this assumption. And now what we are going to do is we are going simply to iterate over all of this array and to see if any given number at each iteration is greater than the current maximum. And if that's the case, we are going to update the maximum variable to be equal to this particular value. And if it's not, we are just going to proceed with the other elements. So for that, we are going to use a for loop, right? For, and we are going to specify I equals to 1. And why is that? That's basically because we already have used here the index 0. So there is no point of specifying here I equals to 0, although that will also work, but that's just useless. And now what we are going to specify is the condition that will say to us how long should we run this loop body. So as long as I is less than 7, we are going to execute the loop body, and on every iteration we are going to increase I by 1, to increment it by 1. Now what we are going to do is to specify the loop body, and in the loop body we are just going to use the condition. We are going to use if ARR at the index I, right, at a given place in the array, at each iteration, we are going to see if that's greater than the current maximum. And if that's the case, we are going to update the maximum to this given value, right? Because we are looking for the maximum value, the maximum digit inside of this array. And basically, once we are done with this iteration, once we have iterated over all of the elements, please note that this value, for example, I'm having here just 7, you may have 8, 9, 10, I don't know, whatever length your phone number is. And now once we are out of it, we can just use this printf command, max digit in your phone number is %d, and we know that the maximum digit will be stored after this for loop. It will be stored inside of max variable. So we are going to use here max, and that's it. That's how you find out the maximum value in a given array. And you can see actually something very interesting that's happening here is that we are using arrays, right? We are using arrays. We are also using for loops. We are using loops, and we are using conditions, and we are using printf commands. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope that everything is clear in this exercise, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.